The Battle of Yamazaki, fought on July 2, 1582, was a crucial conflict during Japan's Sengoku period, a time marked by relentless warfare and shifting alliances among powerful feudal lords. The battle was triggered by one of the most shocking events in Japanese history, the betrayal and death of Oda Nobunaga, a dominant warlord who had been on the verge of unifying Japan under his control. While staying at the Honnō-ji temple in Kyoto, Nobunaga was attacked by his own general, Akechi Mitsuhide, in an act of treachery that has remained infamous through the centuries. Nobunaga, caught off guard and surrounded, chose to commit seppuku, ritual suicide, rather than be captured. Mitsuhide seized Kyoto and declared himself ruler, but his hold on power was fragile and widely contested. His motivations remain unclear, with theories ranging from personal grievances and ambition to complex political calculations. At the time of the betrayal, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, then known as Hashiba Hideyoshi, was conducting a military campaign against the powerful Mori clan in western Japan. Upon receiving news of Nobunaga's death, Hideyoshi displayed extraordinary decisiveness and strategic brilliance. He immediately negotiated a truce with the Mori, using diplomacy and deception to secure peace without further fighting, thus allowing him to redirect his army eastward. He then led his troops on a forced march of approximately 200 kilometers in just over a week, a remarkable logistical and physical feat. His speed took Mitsuhide by surprise and denied him the time needed to consolidate power or gather sufficient reinforcements. The confrontation occurred near the village of Yamazaki, southwest of Kyoto, in a narrow corridor between Mount Tennōzan and the Yodo River. This location was of strategic importance as it controlled access to Kyoto and favored defensive positioning. Hideyoshi, an astute commander, swiftly moved to occupy the heights of Mount Tennōzan, a move that proved decisive. From this elevated position, his forces could survey the battlefield and launch attacks from a superior vantage point. He also stationed arquebusiers, soldiers armed with matchlock guns, along the ridges, maximizing their effectiveness in the coming battle. On the day of the battle, Mitsuhide's troops, already demoralized and inferior in number, were further disadvantaged by Hideyoshi's tactical preparations and strong leadership. Hideyoshi's forces, bolstered by loyal commanders such as Hori Hidemasa and Ikeda Tsuneoki, launched a coordinated assault. The fighting began with intense skirmishes and volleys of gunfire, but the momentum quickly shifted in Hideyoshi's favor. His troops charged down from the hills, breaking through Mitsuhide's lines with overwhelming force. Mitsuhide's men faltered under the pressure and eventually broke into a full retreat. The battle was short and decisive, lasting only a couple of hours. Mitsuhide's army was routed, and he himself fled the battlefield, attempting to escape to his family's domain. However, just 3 days later, he was killed by bandits in the countryside. His attempt to seize power having lasted merely 13 days. This brief and tragic episode came to be known as Mitsuhide's 13-day rule, a symbol of the fleeting nature of ambition unmoored from loyalty and popular support. The victory at Yamazaki catapulted Hideyoshi into a position of dominance. Not only had he avenged the death of his master, but he had also demonstrated his military genius, political acumen, and ability to inspire loyalty among his followers. In the aftermath, he moved quickly to consolidate power within the Oda faction, winning the support of key generals and nobles. The Battle of Yamazaki thus marks the beginning of Hideyoshi's rise as the most powerful figure in Japan, eventually succeeding where Nobunaga had failed, by unifying most of the country under his control. It also illustrates the volatility of the Sengoku era, where power could shift dramatically in days, and where boldness, speed, and the mastery of terrain could determine the fate of nations.